This topic talks about angles of intersecting secants and tangents. Probably to get started, what we'll do is let's kind of just review what a tangent is and what a secant is. Both of them occur in circles, and it just kind of happens that you have a circle like this, and a tangent just, I call it like kisses the circle in just one little tiny spot. So that could be like line L. Secants are just a smidge different because they don't just hit the circle in one spot. They're a line that goes through completely through the circle, doesn't have to go through the center. So if this here is the center, we have circle U, and then we could have M as a secant. Notice that it hits the circle in two spots, the part where it goes into the circle and the part where it goes out, and then L is a tangent. So that's just a little bit of background in case you weren't sure what the difference was. So what we're going to do is we're going to find out, let me change the color here, we're going to find out where this angle measure here is, and it's going to be based on this arc here, and then let's see this arc here. So we'll do a couple of examples just to see what it looks like. Alright, let me just scroll up here. Alright, so let's say that we have a circle, and then let's say that we have two tangent lines. So it's hitting, sorry for the kind of not circle-y circle. We'll say that that's a tangent line, we'll call that one L. And then we'll have another tangent line, tangent right there, we'll call that guy M. Not a very straight line there, is it? Okay, and let me say that we know, let's put some points in here actually. Let's say that this guy here is V, and this guy here is W, and let's just plop a point over here Y, because that will help us when we want to talk about the arc WV. If we use the arc WV, it's going to be too confusing what we're talking about. We're not sure if we're talking about the smaller arc WV or the big one that goes all the way around the circle. So that's why we put Y in there. It helps us kind of differentiate. Alright, so let's say we have this given information. So we have that we have circle A. I'll just put in that center. That's the notation. When you see this notation, remember that it tells you that A is the center of the circle. We also know that the measure of arc VYW is equal to 274, and our task is to find the measure of angle VXW. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch pen colors. If you guys have like colored pencils, it's always kind of nice to use those in geometry. So VYW is this guy, and they told us that that's 274 degrees. And what we're going to find out is the tangent angles created by two tangent lines have a formula, and it's going to be 1/2 the major arc minus the minor arc. So we have the major arc that they gave us, 274. The minor arc is right here, WY. So it feels like we don't have enough information, but remember, how many degrees is it all the way around the circle? It's 360. So this guy here is our major arc. And to find the minor arc, we just need to do 360 minus 274. And let's see, that's going to equal 10 minus 4 is 6. 5 minus 4 you can't do. That's going to be 86 degrees. So to put this into our formula, I'm just going to scroll up just a little bit. What we can show is that the measure, where is angle VXW? Oh, that's supposed to be X, sorry. Right here. That's the angle that we're looking for. That's what I thought, but I should have checked that before I said it. So the measure of angle VXW is going to equal 1/2 of 274 minus 86, which is going to be 1/2. 274 minus 86, that's going to see 14 minus 6 is 8, 16 minus 8, 1/2 of 188, which gives us 94 degrees. And there you go. Let's try another one. Alright, let's move this guy up. Let's do another one that's a little bit similar. Let's say that we have a circle here, and we have one line that's tangent here. We'll call that L. And another guy here we'll call that line M. And let's say that we're given, it's always good to know what you're given. So we're given circle A. That tells us again that A is the center of the circle, and that line L and M are tangent to circle A, sorry. I'm writing it out for some reason. And let's put some letters in here. That's going to be C, that's going to be B, that's going to be D. Oh, I'm sorry, let's make this D up here. And let's change this guy to E. Okay, so what else do we know? The measure of angle EDB. I don't see it. That must be, sorry, arc is 266. Whoop. There we go. Getting all into my angles here. The measure of arc EDB with the arc symbol is 266 degrees. And they want us to find, this is our task, find the measure of angle ECB. Alright, so I'm going to switch some colors. I don't know what color should I do. How about black? That'll show up pretty good. Okay, so we're looking for ECB, so we're looking for this angle here. And they told us that EDB, this big arc here, is 266. So this again is a tangent-tangent angle. And it's created by, sorry, I can erase that. It's created by two tangents to the circle. So the formula is going to be 1/2 of the major arc minus the minor arc. They've given us the major arc, it's 266. We need to find the minor arc, which is this guy right here. So 266, we're going to subtract that from 360. 10 minus 6 is 4. 15 take away 6 is 9. So our formula is going to be the major arc is 266 minus the minor arc of 94. And now we just apply the order of operations. 266 minus 94. That's going to give us 2. 16 minus 9 is 7. So we need half of 172. Let's see, 2 goes into 17 8 times with 1 left over. It'll be 86 degrees. And that is the measure of EBC. Alright, let's try another one. For this one, let's say that we're going to we'll do a secant one just because the formula is actually the same, but it will look a little bit different. And so I might as well just take a peek at one. Okay, so this time let's say that we have a circle again, big surprise there. And we have one secant here, and we have another secant here. We just need some letters. Let's say that this guy's R, this point here is S, this point here is T, U is way out here, and then let's have that guy be P. And I'm going to have that. So this is what we're given. We're given, ugh, that's terrible writing. Sorry about that. Trying to write at an angle and it doesn't work too good. So hang on one second. So we'll just put given circle B. And let's also say that the measure of angle SUT is 40 degrees. And the measure of arc PR is equal to 121 degrees. And our task is to find the measure of arc ST. Alright, so before I change colors, what I want to do is just give you the formula again. So the measure of angle SUT is going to equal 1/2. It's going to be, again, the major arc minus the minor arc. And in our case, we'll just label them up. The major arc is going to be RP minus the minor arc, which is ST. So let me switch colors so I can show you which ones I'm talking about. Orange looks good. So we want this angle, and it's equal to this major arc minus the minor arc split in half. So let's see what we got. We have our equation. If you're never sure where to start, the best thing I would do is say first mark up the picture. So they told us that PR is 121. They told us the angle is 40 degrees. So marking up the picture helps. And then your next step, if you're still stuck, is look for a formula. Do we have a formula or an equation that we can do? So we do have an equation. Third step is, again, maybe you're still stuck, but start plugging things in. So we know the measure of angle SUT. They gave us that. That's going to be 40. We'll keep our equal sign. We'll keep our half. Open up the parentheses. RP they gave us. 121 minus ST. We don't know. We'll call that X. Well, once we write this out, we could realize that we just have one equation with one unknown. We know how to solve this. The first thing I would do actually is get rid of the 1/2 by multiplying both sides by 2. I just like to get rid of the fractions right away if possible. So if I do that, they're going to cancel out. What I do to one side of the equation, I have to do to the other. So let's rewrite 2 times 40 is 80. And now we just have 121 minus x. So let's subtract 121 from both sides. And I'm going to scroll up a wee bit. I'm running out of room. And let's see, so we need to rewrite. We're going to have a negative x over here. 80 minus 121, that's going to be negative 41. And so now we have to divide by -1, or switch the signs on both, whichever way you want to look at it. So x, which was arc ST, is 41 degrees. All right, I hope that helped. It's the same formula for whether it's a secant, or tangent, or tangent secant. And again, mark up your diagram, start with the equation, plug in what you know, and you should end up with something that you should be able to solve okay.